Whose idea was it to film outside? It's so hot. Again, I ask, whose idea was it to film outside? Wow, that's an old sticker. Oh, it came right off. Thanks, IKEA. I definitely should have taped off the windows. Hey guys, so today we are outside because I needed a change of scenery. And we're going to be working on something that I've actually been wanting to do for a really long time, but I haven't been able to really get myself to do it. I've had this lantern in my room. I honestly could not tell you for how long, for an extremely long time. It's very plain, it's very just kind of meh. So I wanted to try to make it a little bit more whimsical, a little magical, something that you'd find in like Tinkerbell's house. Because I just want my surroundings to be magical. I want to feel like I'm in a forest, like I'm a nymph. It's just what I want out of life. So we're gonna do it piece by piece, a little bit at a time, and see how it goes. So the plan for today is we are going to do something with this. I'm not entirely sure what. I'm kind of just gonna see how it turns out. I've got some ideas of what I'd like to do with it. I don't plan on putting like a candle with actual fire in here, just because I really don't want to. So I don't think anything that I really do to it is gonna be a problem. Like if I put moss on it, or I don't know, just different things. I don't see it becoming a problem. We're just gonna kind of wing it. That tends to kind of be the vibe here. Is I kind of know a little bit of what I want to do, but I don't necessarily have a full blown out plan, step by step, exactly what I'm doing. I just have some ideas. I'm going to throw it together, see what comes out. So let's go. Oh, okay. I think my first step, what I want to do is get the dust off, but also I want to give this a base color of like green. Now, where did I put them? I have 3 options. I have Mossy Meadow, which is kind of a very light green, light avocado, which is a bit darker, and then what color is this? Medium green. Hauser? Is that how you pronounce that? It's a medium green, which that one is a bit more, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a bit more green. It kind of reminds me of like a frog. I think I'm leaning towards this one, but what I think we could do is just kind of swatch it a little bit, put 3 like little spots and see how it looks, because why not? We're gonna get our really fancy paintbrush, some water, so I don't die. Let's see, we'll just do it all right here. I could maybe stipple too, give it a little added texture. Because really I just want it to be like a base for the moss and stuff. I don't know. So I'm gonna leave this to dry for a minute. While that dries, I'm going to go get probably some paper towels and maybe clip my hair back or something. I don't know. I'll do something, but okay. While that dries, I'll be right back. I'm back. Let's see how these look. I think for this particular project, I like the one in the middle the most. I come outside and it's like breathing in water. So to start painting, this is the one we chose. I have a plan for this part, but I'm just gonna go ahead and paint everything. So many brush strokes. ASMR. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of cover this entire thing with green. And then we'll move on to our next step, which I'm not entirely sure what it is yet, but I'm thinking probably work on the roof. We'll just speed this up so you don't have to watch me do this for 4 years. Starting to look like something you'd see in a swamp or the military. You know, if they took lanterns out still. Let's keep going. Now we're gonna let this dry for a bit and come back and see what else we're gonna do. So it is dry, we are back. You're probably gonna hear like some kids playing and stuff. It's summertime, nothing I can really do about that. I think the next step that I want to attempt to do is make like a little roof on here, only for the fact that I saw one, thought it was cute, want to try it. So I did plan a little ahead, made these little templates that should hopefully fit together. If not, I'm putting moss on this anyway, so any like cracks or anything like that, I'll just stick some moss in it. Say it was supposed to be that way. So I think what I'm going to do, because I have this giant box of craft sticks, so I think I'm going to attempt to kind of just make like a shingled roof, piece it together, and then again, any cracks or anything like that, I'll just stick some moss in it, because you can fix anything with some moss. Put that there so it doesn't blow away. All right, so the plan, oh hey, there's some little bitty ones. All right, so I might get a bunch of these, maybe cut them in half. That might be a good size actually. That way I don't have a bunch of wasted craft stick. Now I just have to find them. Okay, so my plan is to kind of use this. I'm gonna probably start with an easier one as a template and kind of maybe tape them together. Or should I just glue them? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going for it. Let me cut these in half. I got these out of the shed. I don't know if it's gonna work or... Hey, it does. They're all gonna be different sizes, so... Because honestly, I don't really want to measure them. I don't know what these are actually meant for. I just grabbed them, but... Maybe I should see how many I need for each one so I'm not overcutting. All right, let's just kind of lay these out and see how it looks. That's the wrong way. I don't know if you've seen the people, I'm so sticky, that build the popsicle stick houses, but if any of them are watching this and cringing horribly, I'm very sorry. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Okay, next layer. trick is going to be to figure out how to kind of like cut the sides here so that all the pieces fit together. Gotta cut a bunch more of these. Okay, so the plan is I'm just going to kind of keep doing this until I reach the top. I'm just gonna lay a layer, tape it, lay a layer, tape it, although this is supposed to be this way. I guess it doesn't really matter, but then we'll come back once I have that kind of figured out. All right, now here's the question, because once I glue all of these together, would it be easier? You know what, we're gonna glue first and then ask questions later. So I think I just kind of put this here and mark this. And then I have like a miter saw. I can just try and cut that off without maiming myself or my wolf piece. But I think once that's done, it might look kind of cute. We'll see. I'm probably about to make a mistake. Let me make sure my fingers are nowhere near the clippers. That is messy. When it's so hot outside that you don't realize that you just stuck your finger in hot glue. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for the other side, and then I'm gonna make 3 more of these and come back and try and put them together. I'm gonna do this inside though, because I'm dying out here. See you in a minute. Okay, so we are back. We are extremely hot, as you can probably tell, but I started out here, gotta finish. So what we have accomplished, let's move this for a second, is I made 4 roof pieces, and I made these little like things to go on top. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of put them on here where they don't look too terribly bad. And then, I mean, I know they're not gonna match up perfectly by any means. These were a bit difficult to make and took a lot longer than I was anticipating. So anywhere where it doesn't really meet up quite right, I'm just gonna stick some moss in it and kind of cover it up, maybe stick a mushroom growing out of it. I don't know, we'll see. So let's do that now, because I'm gonna be honest, I kind of want this project to be over. It'll probably be easiest to put one of these. I think I'm just gonna stick some hot glue kind of like here and here and pop it on. Best of luck. Now, I am having some trouble with these glue sticks because I don't know if they're, I don't know what's happening, but they just do not want to work. So I have to like push them into the glue gun. This is gonna be messy. I'm burning myself. By the time I get to the other end, this is gonna be dry. Please just go. What? Why? There we go. There's some, all right. I'm just sticking moss up here anyways, so this is just chaotic. Okay. Now, let's try one of these sides. I cut like a little section out for kind of this handle so it can slide on. So hopefully it won't look too terrible. We're definitely gonna need a lot of moss on these corners. roof pieces line up immaculately? No. Do they line up at all? I'd say like 20%. But I think once we kind of start covering it with stuff, it'll be fine. Besides, I don't want this to look like something brand new or anything like that. I want it to look aged. I want it to look kind of forgotten a little bit. So we will pretend that all of this was on purpose. Okay, I think these are pretty secure. So I'm going to add these little tops. Just to kind of see how it kind of finishes the look a bit. So we'll do that all the way around. Okay, these are, you know, kind of old and dirty, so don't judge me, but I've got this like red color that could be nice. I have this blue color, this kind of like grayish, and this like off-white color. And I have this weathered gray stain, but I don't think I'm gonna use that. I'm kind of leaning more towards this red or this blue. I fear if I use the red, it might kind of look Christmassy. So I think I'm gonna go for the blue color, and I'm gonna water it down. So my trusty little kit over here. Hopefully I don't make too big of a mess, but knowing me, I probably will. Oh, that's tight. Why? Everything. Okay, I'm gonna get the jaws of life to open this, and I will be right back. Hopefully my fan isn't making too much noise, but it is too hot out here and I needed something. Okay, so I went ahead and I put the blue paint just in this cup. Don't know if you can see it. And I just added some water. I didn't measure anything. I don't need my palette. So what I'm going to do, if I can kind of move this to where you can see it, is I'm gonna kind of just paint this on as like a base coat. It's going to be very blue. I'm gonna have to kind of like age it somehow. And again, any spots that are bare, what do? Cover it with moss. You can fix almost anything with moss. It's kind of like how my dad thinks you can fix anything with duct tape. I'm just kidding, he really fixes things. I don't really know color theory very much. I know, you know, the primary colors make the secondary colors, and then there's like tertiary colors. That's pretty much all I know, but I don't know how to make like a specific color that I'm looking for. We're just gonna wing it. Now we've just kind of got like a blue-gray thing. I wonder what happens if we add red. That would make it more purple. Let's add some green. I fear I am only wasting paint. That's kind of a cool color. And then just I do like it. I just feel like it needs something. Ideally, I would have black paint where I could really like go in and kind of age this, but I don't. So I think we're just going to move on to the next step, which is making mushrooms. I'm sure you've seen the fairy light mushrooms somewhere before this video. I've done these a few times for some different pieces that I've made. Goodness. But essentially, all you really do is you kind of twist and mold the fairy lights into stems of the mushrooms all over your piece. Then you take hot glue and you put it up and down the stem that you created. And then that kind of like keeps it all together and makes the stem of the mushroom. Then you just do globs of hot glue to make mushroom tops. You put it on top, there you go. You've got glowy fairy light mushrooms. So we're gonna do that now. We're going to open this door because this is going to be a nightmare. That's what this is gonna be. Okay, we'll have to get some batteries, but for now, we'll just put this in here, close that in there so it doesn't go anywhere. I really should have plugged my hot glue gun in. Now we just get to sit here really awkwardly and stare at each other. If you were a real person, this eye contact would not be possible for me. Okay. While we wait, I'm just gonna kind of start twisting some. There's really no rhyme or reason. You kind of just find a spot that you like. I try to put like one of the lights kind of at the top of the mushroom. That way it glows through the top. But depending on kind of where you are in your wire and on your project, you might not always be able to do that. But I literally just, you go a certain distance, you just grab a piece, twist it. So it creates like this little stem. And then that's what you glue down. And then you put the hot glue all up and down this section, and that creates the stem. I'm probably going to do most of the mushrooms in the front and on this side because this is the back, so it's going to be up against the wall. And then where I have this on my shelf, I have stuff kind of up against the side, so you're not really going to see anything. So I'll probably have these kind of start out this way and go kind of around, maybe up, and then we'll figure it out from there. But there's a ton of fairy lights here, so there's probably going to be a lot going on. Kind of go back in and shape the mushrooms later. I still have a ton of wire to go, so I'm gonna speed this up if I haven't already done so. All right, I gotta start wrapping this up because I have been out here all day. The sun is starting to go down, the mosquitoes are starting to come out. I don't want dengue fever. So I put all of the little mushroom bodies on. I left a couple here so I could show you kind of how I put the hot glue on. But you can really, because it's wire, you can move these however you want, even after you put the glue on them. You can kind of shape them, just be careful not to break the glue. like I did. So let me show you with these two kind of what I did. So I have found that it's easiest to kind of go from the top to the bottom because the glue naturally falls since it's kind of, melted. So I kind of put a big glob at the top and then just follow it down. And that's really it. There's no like special technique or anything. I will say, if you want to do this project, it takes a lot of glue. So again, just from the top, kind of put a big glob and then just kind of gently squeeze as you move down. And then I kind of let it set up for a bit so I can kind of see what's covered. And then I'll generally turn it and do the other side. And then same thing, just top, and then slowly go to the bottom. And that's really it. Now from this point, as those are setting, I went ahead and I made a bunch of tops. So all I did for that, which I already have more than I need, but you just squeeze some glue onto a silicone mat and you let it dry. And then after it dries, you can just pop it off. You have this little, now some of them, I don't know what was happening with my glue stick, but it kind of didn't form quite right. It was like the glue wasn't melting. I think I was just doing it too fast, so the glue didn't have time to fully melt inside of the glue gun before I put it down, so I'll probably just skip using these. But I always make like a few extra in case something like that happens. And like something like this, I'll probably still use this one just because I think it's kind of cool looking. But now all you do is you take these tops and you glue them on top of your little mushroom bodies. I try to put like the bigger ones on the taller mushrooms, but honestly, you can do it however you want. They're your mushrooms. You just gotta hold it for a little bit until it sets up some. Part of me kind of wants to use some of this, just like in some places, kind of like hanging off. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. So I'll use some of that and then maybe use a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Probably use this on the inside of the floor. Yeah, no, come back. It's trying to escape. All right, I'm just gonna start gluing this in places. My poor glue gun is so dirty. So this is kind of how it's looking. So I just follow the wire with the moss and just kind of try and mix up the moss a little bit as I'm going. I really have no plan, no reason why I'm sticking something in a specific place. I'm just sticking some glue, grabbing something and putting it on. And then I occasionally like just grab all the little pieces that have fallen off the moss and just ball it up and stick it in the glue. So this is how it's looking. I kind of want to add a little bit of moss just kind of in the shingles because I don't think they would look this new with all this moss growing everywhere. And maybe some just kind of poking out these little side pieces. And then I would say we're done. Keep going. Kind of like that. So kind of just sparingly put some moss here and there, and I'm gonna try and do that to these last 3. Get some batteries and see how she looks. So this took me literally all day. I wanna say probably 12 hours I've been working on this thing. So my side camera died, my mic died, everything died. I had to charge my phone halfway through. It's been a long process. I'm melting. I'm sure my makeup is completely gone. My hair is all messed up. It's a lot, but the project, I think it is so cute. It is exactly what I was picturing. It is now gonna smell great because it has potpourri in it. I cannot wait to have this in my room. And I'm gonna start adding little pieces here and there. If I had to change something, I would probably have done my black paint out so I could actually kind of age the top a little bit more, because this kind of looks new and forgotten all at the same time, which I mean could be a vibe, I guess. But I love this thing. Let me know if there's anything, if you have any ideas, anything that you want to see me try to do. We'll see if we can. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!